Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Train of Thoughts. My name is Trey, and this is where I share my thoughts on the Winnipeg Jets. And first off, as you can see, I bought some equipment so you guys don't have to look up my nose anymore when I'm filming. So hopefully it looks a little bit more professional. I'm excited about that. I also have some decor, which should hopefully be arriving soon, so I can have that in some of my upcoming videos. So with that, what I would like to do tonight, as we are on the eve of the Jets opener, is to just kind of do a quick season preview / predictions for the Jets and kind of what I think is going to happen this year. So we are now, what time is it? We are about 20 hours from puck drop, as they're currently, by the time this video uploads, it'll probably be, I don't know, 19, 18 hours. So excited to get that going. Jets take on the Rangers tomorrow night, so it will be interesting to see what this team looks like in a real game. Also, it'll be the first time this season that we've seen Patrick Laine and Kyle Connor on the ice with the rest of the team in game action. So that will be exciting to see, and just kind of curious to see how they look, if they're rusty, if they get tired out a little bit quicker and don't play as many minutes as they would when they're ready to go. But it seems like they're in really good shape, so conditioning shouldn't be a factor, but we'll see. So just kind of looking at the greater picture of this season, we've talked some about what the team is gonna look like and how they differ from last year, with most notably a lot of the differences in the defensive side, with Trouba, Ben Sherratt, Tyler Myers. Joe Morrow didn't play a ton, but he's missing too, and then Dustin Byfuglien not currently being in the lineup and his status being up in the air. So that's a big thing, and now we got a lot of the younger guys in Tucker Poolman and Ville Heinola, and then some vets like Anthony and Bitetto. So I think that the D should be okay. Yeah, there's probably going to be some growing pains, but I know that they really emphasized that side of their game in training camp. So we'll be curious to see how that plays out. They were 15th in defense last year, so it's not like they were a top 5 defensive team like they were the year before. So if they finish, and I mean, it'd be great if they were a top 10 or top 5 team, but if they were to finish somewhere around 15th, I think we'll still be in good shape, and the team's going to look a lot different. And the biggest thing is holding down leads in the third period. How many games did they blow in the third period or in the last minute? And that's kind of what did them in the playoffs, is they blew, I think it was game 1 and game 5 very late in the game, where they either gave up the goal to tie the game or a tie-breaking goal very late, or both. So if they can sit somewhere around there, I think they'll be in good shape to make the playoffs. On the offensive side, not much has changed. We still got our big guns. The biggest changes, or some of the minor changes, will be how some of the bottom lines, especially the fourth line, shape up, with Brandon Tanev being gone and guys like Gabriel Bork and Mark Letestu and David Gustafson, guys like that, filling in some of those slots. But in the fourth line, you're happy to get the production that you get out of the fourth line. So not super worried about that. Tanev was a really good speed guy, and kind of a lightning rod to make stuff happen. So he'll be missed, but we can fill that in a different way. And I think that the Jets are a playoff team. I don't know if they're going to finish second like they have the last couple of years. With how stacked the division is with St. Louis and Nashville and Dallas and Colorado, you can't count out Chicago. You also got the Wild, who, even though a lot of people are choosing to pick them last, they're still not an awful team. So I can see the Jets finishing somewhere between 4th and 5th, which can still get them a wild card spots. And I can see them hitting somewhere within the mid to low 90s. Heard some talk of, man, if you don't get at least 95 points or pretty close to 100, you're not going to make the playoffs in the Western Conference, especially with the Central Division. I don't know about that, because a lot of these teams are going to be beating up on each other. So with all these teams being so stacked, and especially I saw the NHL Power Rankings, I think they had 4 Central Division teams in the top 10. And then the Jets were 14th. These guys are going to be beating up on each other, so that will make it interesting. So again, I could see him doing like 93 points or something like that, and finishing in a wild card spot, which I know this year is totally different, but last year, in the first round, all the division winners got knocked out. So that was the 4 wild card teams advanced. And there were some shocking upsets, as the big one with Columbus knocking off Tampa after Tampa set records for like the best regular season in NHL history. So looking forward to this season. Hopefully the Jets can come out of the gate strong, and this offense is stacked and is still going to be stacked. I just think that this team is going to have to rely a little bit more on grit than they have in the past, where they had so many skill guys and such, especially on the D side of things, that they're going to be, a lot of young guys who are just going to be playing really hard. So this is going to be a fun team to watch. I'm excited for that. Hoping that it's a really fun season like the last couple of years have been, where there's a lot of wins. And hopefully, as we're talking about the defense, hopefully Connor Hellebuck gets back to the form he had 2 years ago, and that he and Brossoit can form a pretty solid tandem. So that's my thoughts. Sorry if I got a little bit long on them. But what are your thoughts? What do you think the Jets are going to do this year? Where do you think they're going to finish? I don't really want to make any predictions as far as who's going to pick first, because I don't really like any other Central Division teams. So I don't want them to. I think St. Louis is going to finish first, or Nashville, because I don't like them. I want the Jets to finish first, and that might sound silly or homerish or whatever, but I just don't like some of these teams because they're the Jets' rivals. So please leave your thoughts in the comment section. Also, don't be afraid to like and subscribe, and I will talk to you tomorrow night with the first regular season JFT. So until then, have a great night, and we'll talk to you later.